Hey everyone, welcome to the video. It's been a few days of using rifle zooks, but we finally have a strat that is both easy and honestly pretty fun. After shock launchers, we picked up Scorchers yesterday and got that troop damage behind it, and we'll check out those hits. And it's really just easier hits cause with rifles, they die pretty fast to flames, machine guns, mortars, there's even mines to deal with, but Scorchers, they don't have too many threats. Like even cannons, boom cannons don't do too much. So all in all, just easier hits a full way. Got base like this, kind of like the old one we were running. You're doing one Scorcher and Zook on the left side, everyone else on the right. And these hits like taking Sparky's Critter Swarm, just more to clear mines and distract buildings. So one Scorcher Zook here. Here are most of the Scorchers on that side. And then just one Scorcher Zook, Sparky on the left. Most of the Scorchers are on the right because distracting that laser beam. And see what the angle is. So like right now, not too bad. And using art for mines especially. Here we'll do one critter on the left, distract that mortar and maybe that boom cannon a bit. So far looking okay. That mortar did get a shot off, but not too bad. And in just a bit, we can maybe start flaring. Kind of want that shock launcher to go down. And if you keep most Scorchers alive, you can almost just Scorcher rush. So we'll do that here, just flare the ERs. Even though it's just 4 Scorchers, it should be okay for the last couple ERs. Need to do another flare because only level 3. And we got GBE to even kill the shield. Bit late on that, but should be fine. Let's get one more shock on this side. Critter and art. And looks like we'll get around 230. So aiming for kind of 230 times on these 5 ERs. And let's see what he did. Looks like pulling a 213, so that's a win. And as we're getting more chests and keys, there are some other things we can get, like GBE might help out. But I think the long way, you really want to get to 6 ER. It's a little better layout. And especially boom mines, making your way to rockets and that building health. So I think you can still do Scorcher hits without GBE. So just using tokens on maxing troop damage. Got a diamond player over here. And this one's a 6 ER. See, haven't faced too many 6s just yet. But we might do just, again, 6 Scorchers, 2 Zooks. And over here, maybe one critter can get rid of that sniper and mortar. Because that way, the other Scorchers won't veer off on that side. And we might delay Zooks a bit. Don't really like that laser beam angle, but you know, let's try it out. We'll even try to ignore that sniper by kind of concentrating your Scorchers over here. So we'll get all 6 going, then Sparky, then a couple Zooks. We'll already start on one art over here, just so when we critter, it can like not die to all those mines. I need an art ASAP for right here. Might lose a couple Zooks. And now starting shocking that laser beam. We'll keep that shock for quite a bit. Let's get one of Sparky's critters. And just keeping that laser beam shocked. One more critter on that side, because eventually we're gonna start flaring. And in just a bit, maybe a last shock. It's kind of fine if Scorchers get shot because you have your Zooks doing that little bit of extra damage. And we can start flaring pretty soon, because we got critters working on stuff, so we'll start going now. Even if you're too early, you know you have critters to finish off. Might be a shock mine right there. Also remember to re-flare. And don't know if there's any other shock mines, we'll kind of just let it go. Even though Scorchers are dying, gonna flare the last one. And we're gonna art at that shield, try to help them out. So a little slower than the other 5 ER, but maybe not too bad a time. 221. And good thing not losing that many Scorchers either. Got this guy here in diamond, and pretty similar kind of base. Except being 5 ER, so you can do, let's say, I think 6 Scorchers, 2 Zooks is fine. This one we can even just throw a critter, distracting that cannon at some point, and it helps later on. Because Scorchers go in the mortar blind spots, we can do Sparky right in the middle, so the mortars just look at her. And it's kind of a good placement because when she moves a bit forward, do one critter swarm and clears a bunch of mines. So we can just do maybe 3 Scorchers on each side. And Sparky in the middle, get the couple Zooks going. And just watching Sparky for just a bit. Once she gets a bit closer, do 1 critter swarm. And we kind of forgot about that critter on the left side, but now we'll just start shocking this laser beam. Whenever you can get a shock launcher, always good. Not too many Zooks on the right side, but looking kind of okay. Another shock over here. Get some more of Sparky's critters. And on the far right, if there's not a lot of splash, you can do a critter also. Distract that boom cannon and shock launcher. And still a fair amount of Zooks alive. Maybe 1 more critter for some mines. And here we're not going to flare right away. Going to wait until the Scorcher Zooks clear maybe a few buildings. Just using art for the last shock mines. And once you have a few buildings cleared, then you can start flaring. Usually enough for like 1 shock. And as we get this ER down, we flare the last one. 1 art for that shield gen. Just helping get it down. And 227. Gonna see if it's fast enough. And looks like it is. Taking that win. Especially when watching those Zooks. Like a big part is again putting Sparky in the middle. So even if Scorchers get in that blind spot, you know Sparky's gonna take the next shot. And all you're really using art for, critters for, is just clearing mines for the Zooks. Like we could have done a better job, maybe 1 art for one of these mines. Because only 2 boats of Zooks, it's not a lot. Like losing a few over there. And sometimes shocking that laser, sometimes not. Just kind of seeing what angle it has. If you ever have some extra GBE, then throwing critters for like distracting a boom cannon, shock launcher. That way Scorchers can stay alive and keep on moving. But then towards the end, as long as you clear a few buildings, you can just start rushing the last couple ERs. And it's almost the first time where in the middle of the season, we kind of have a good no IT meta. These Scorchers, they're not dying too easy. Got this guy a secret player with a ton of offense. And I've seen now occasionally they can get through, so maybe just hit or miss. And with Scorchers, we can do a little different strat on these secret bases. Like 2 Scorchers, 2 Zooks, and then alternating with Rifle Zooks. Because Scorchers, they just last a lot longer against these splash defenses. And you really just have to worry about those shock launchers. So 2 Scorchers, 2 Zooks, and Sparky. We'll wait just a bit and then start flaring. Get 2 more boats down. 1 critter to distract that boom cannon, shock launchers. 1 more flare with that last 2 boats. And we might just shock the top shock launcher. A couple arts here to get the pathing good, because that way more Zooks go on the top side. And we saw this guy finish, so maybe a loss already. Still get a critter going and try to do a fast time. So a few Zooks up there, can do a couple arts. So maybe flaring that last ER in just a bit. Scorchers doing a fair amount of work. Flare that a bit soon, so we'll have to go back for this ER. And getting, what, 257? And see what he's rocking. But now he got us with a 309. Can see what he did. And that's a pretty solid secret hit, with all the tools like barraging out that shock launcher. So some of them, they can still get it down. It doesn't feel crazy strong like every secret guy is gonna get you, but having just a few secret losses doesn't seem too bad. And that's also a big reason we don't want GBE, because even though maybe you can beat other Scorcher players, you're not really gonna beat those secret players that can still get you down. What is gonna help you is going to 6 ER, getting boom mines and all that stuff. So looking at next steps, we're just gonna wait until 6 ER. Shouldn't be too long, maybe a day or so. And then maybe get 6 ER right away. Seems a little better like the other hit. But especially once we get boom mines and then rockets, all the way until building health. But let me know what you think about that Scorcher meta at 5 ER. Again, I think it's pretty fun. Haven't really used Scorchers in a long time in Warships, so it seems pretty cool. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.